Hey everybody, it's Matthias and Seabaugh from Super Pint Bros, and we're back. This is the final episode in our Boozin with Who series.
So sad, so sad, so sad.
We have had some amazing beers, and we have had some epically terrible ones. So bad. Anyways, so yeah, as we've kind of announced it before, this episode, you get Tennant!
So, David Tennant took over immediately after Eccleston from the 9th to 10th Doctor. It's amazing how that math works, isn't it?
You mean sequential?
I know! By the way, anyone who at DragonCon can tell me what David Tennant's real name is, I'll call you nerd. It's Tennant. He'll always be Tennant.
Yeah, it was something awesome.
By the
Scottish.
way, our second Scott Doctor, like legit Scott Doctor.
And this one, yeah, Tennant is so much cooler than McCoy. But McCoy was just super neat too. He was fun to hang out with, and one day, hopefully, we get to meet up with Tennant, which never's going to happen.
No,
ever.
Never. But McCoy is going to be at DragonCon this year, and hopefully this year I get another photo of him while I'm not wearing pants. Maybe we could take his pants off, just for a photo. It's not for. So we got a beer for Tennant. We thought, what's the best beer you could possibly get? Delirium Tremens.
It's an awesome beer. This is a Belgian. It is so good. It's 8.5%. Did I mention it's a Belgian? It's so good. It's nice and golden and crispy and delicious and
My mouth so good.
not even very hoppy. But the best part about this beer, well, other than the flavor, is look at the bottle. It is
dancing pink elephants on this. For those of you who don't know, delirium tremens is an actual medical term when you go through alcohol withdrawal, and if it's not treated by a doctor, it's like 80 or 90% fatal. But one of the things that happens is you
15%.
Shut up, it's the internet. I can make things up. I'm always right.
4.5%.
Maybe 5.5 if it's a Tuesday and you're a Republican. But what happens is you hallucinate and see things. And way back when, they thought dancing pink elephants. And I guess there's crocodiles and there's a dragon. This is Dragon Ball beer. What the hell?
Let's not do any more Dragon Ball stuff.
Let's not do Dragon Ball stuff.
But, okay, so this delirium tremens, the actual illness, on top of, going nuts and seeing crap, you also shake violently. So much so that, it's its own proper disorder. So don't drink too much, unless you're at DragonCon, which
this is a PSA
you're not
now.
drinking enough.
So we're gonna crack this bad boy open and have at it. Alright, so one of the first things you're going to notice about this beer is it's like an explosion, like a lava lamp in the bottom of the glass. The reason you have to get these specific glasses, if you have the newer one like I do, it actually has a little pink elephant etched in the bottom. And what does that do?
Well, it's neat because what it does is it forces the carbonation to cause like a bubble lava explosion at the bottom. And once it actually gets less heady, you can kind of start to see the formations of a neat little elephant in the actual beer itself. So that's cool.
I was drink it first.
Mine just has a D. That's kind of lame.
I just see beer that's not in my mouth.
And this is the best beer.
So let's try it.
Oh yeah.
1 up.
1 up.
And by the way, most stolen glass from bars in America.
Yep, in the world actually.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't know where you come up with that stat, but I like it.
I do too. Neither of these stolen. Well, it smells like a Belgian. Is it Belgian or Belgium? I always get it wrong.
Yeah, you do. It's Belgian.
So, it's Belgium from now on for me. I'm going to be that guy.
I hate you.
Take that, beer nerds.
It's killing me. It's not just a beer nerd thing. Shut up. I'm drinking.
So, it smells like a Belgium beer. But very, very hoppy. It's kind of like an IPA, but it doesn't piss all over your tongue like those do.
Oh, I love the piss. No, I love IPAs. I hate it that you keep complaining about it because I'm going to give you some good ones.
They're terrible. They're terrible. This beer is just freaking awesome. So, how is this like Tennant's?
Well, first, it's amazing, and it's my favorite. I know I'm wearing the Smith uniform, but this is my favorite beer. I got super drunk at to this beer at a beer festival once. Ended up leaning up against a fence, and that's how I like it.
So that's how it's like Tennant. I'm going to say it's like Tennant because it's really strong. It's completely opposite of the 9th beer, which was really dark and chocolatey and malty.
Yeah.
This is like super bright and hoppy and vibrant.
But yeah, no, it's got a whole lot of life to it. Now, that's one of the things I love about this beer the most, and what I like about Tennant. He's just fun, and he can be super serious. And this is not to be trifled with.
You know the best thing about Tennant? You know the best thing when he put these on, and he watched Rose get sucked into another dimension. That was amazing.
That was pretty awesome.
I loved it.
We hate Rose. We hate Rose.
No, don't go! Really, inside he's like, yes. So Rose gets sucked off to another dimension, and then and so what does the Doctor do? He goes and burns up a sun just to say goodbye to her. So not only has she killed the 9th Doctor, but now the Doctor has to destroy a source of light in the universe, so that he can just be like, well, and that's it. And then it gets cut off. And then the first thing he sees is Donna Noble and the TARDIS and the wedding dress.
What?
What? Who are you? How are you? What? So we have to rate this beer. Once again, our 1 to 11, 1 being the lowest, 11 being the best. Not anything to do with the Doctors, just a scale. Because 1 to 10 is not enough for Doctors. You got to turn it up more. So
like Spinal Tap.
Exactly. Ah! So on a 1 to 11, what are you giving this?
I'm giving this an 11.
I love this beer. I love this Doctor. This was one of the first beers you introduced to me. So it's special for our relationship. Like that. It's very brought us together.
It's a slappy relationship.
It's actually the first time you poured me this beer, we were pretty much gone already. We drank a bunch of Jim Beam. You opened the 22-ounce bottle. We drank maybe this much apiece, and we're convinced that if we put it in the refrigerator, it'd be good until the next day.
And that's the most I've ever thrown up.
It was awful. So on a 1 to 11, I am also going to give this an 11. This is my favorite beer, absolutely.
It is the best! Drink it!
So, just like David Tennant, I don't want this to go. We only have one more Time Lord left. Who
Melody
is?
Pond?
No. Actually, you know what? We were going to do another one, and we thought, let's not do Matt Smith. There's one more very, very, very pertinent Time Lord we should have.
River Song?
Absolutely. No.
Mel's?
I thought maybe there's one more Time Lord we should do. And what's the exact opposite of David Tennant's Doctor?
Master?
Master! Master! What's the exact opposite of Delirium Tremens? Delirium Nocturnum!
I'm gonna open it with my mouth. Alright, so the Master. We've got Delirium Nocturnum, the dark version of Delirium Tremens.
Which is the dark version of the Doctor.
Exactly. See what we did there? We are smart, and you need to recognize this. But anyways...
Praise us, Internet! Praise us!
Or don't, I don't care. But...
The Internet asks if you're a god. You tell the Internet you're a god.
I'm a god.
Ghostbusters reference. Nerd point plus. Do.
Anyways, so the Master...
Which, by the way, they did make a Dave in the final episode with Rose. They made a Ghostbuster reference. What you gonna call? Rose gone.
So, how do you really feel... Anyways, but yeah, Johnson, he was great. You know what? He was fun. It was fun watching Jacoby transform into Johnson. Because it's just like, alright, who is this old dude? What's he doing? I'm not quite sure.
Shady. I'm not sure how to take this. I thought it was really cool because Davies, who I thought kind of screwed up the series a little bit, getting rid of the Time Lords and the Time War, and you don't hear anything, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to give you a little bit, and it's the Master. Like,
of course it is.
And the only reason they originally came up with the Master was he was supposed to be like the Moriarty to Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Said James Bond.
A Time Lord.
Always. But so he comes back and he turned him there was the Time War, was so bad and so terrible. By the way, when they brought the Master back, they actually gave him a full set of regeneration, so he's only regenerated once technically. Because when they brought him back as Sim still, he had regenerated. He was burning up his energy. But so we get another 10-ish Masters.
Well, no, you know what? He actually did die though.
Yeah.
Like he actually allowed himself to properly die. So it's not like those full 10 or 13 regenerations are there. It's that
we got tons and tons of Masters.
Some weird ass ring situation. I don't know.
And he went super. Anyways, but it's cool that we actually got a little bit of the Time War. So
just a smidge.
He shows up, and then they're the only two, and so on and so on. And of course they start fighting, and it was really cool because that whole season is this big story arc of the Harold Saxon thing. And then turns to the very end, Harold Saxon was the Master.
And you wouldn't have thought it.
And by the way, in season 4, most people don't catch this. There's hints and hints and hints of the Master coming back, and the Wasp and the Unicorn. But when they first go, and they're in the backyard with David Tennant and Donna Noble's character, there's like this picnic in the backyard, and they put on a record, and the first thing the song goes is da 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 whatever. Then in the Fallen Earth or the Stolen Earth, when Rose is with Donna Noble's grandparents, and the emergency broadcast comes on, rather than the beep.
So cool.
And there's little things like that through the whole series. And it's just, I love the fact that he hinted he's bringing the Master back and nobody got it.
And here's the thing. I like John Sim as the Master. I don't actually like the Master. Like, I understand why there needs to be something like that.
I have a goatee and I am evil because I have facial hair.
Well, even worse is when they bleached the Master's hair for no reason.
That was the whole thing.
How is that? I mean, I guess it's Super Saiyan.
No. What happened was the Master had these powers, and
it's so stupid.
He was the Master of disguise, and he could like completely hide. I mean, shoot, he became the Prime Minister.
Bum. He became a bum.
Yeah,
that's
and
what
so
he did. He became a bum with a hoodie.
Yes, the bum with the hoodie, but he did have a really cool line before he ate the homeless people, the fat and turkey and.
He did specifically mention beer.
He did.
So we're following.
We're just doing what the Master told us to, because you obey your Master. I don't know if you realize that. I like to think that Metallica was secretly Doctor Who fans, just didn't tell anyone. Because in the 80s, it wasn't cool to be a nerd.
Iron Maiden. They actually featured the TARDIS. Well, yeah, but they featured the TARDIS on a couple of different album covers, hidden ever so slightly.
That's cool. But no, the whole thing about the Master was he had this hypnotizing power, and he looked at you and would say, obey your Master. And people would do it.
That's so stupid.
I don't care.
That's like Jedi mind trick crap.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't like Star Wars.
Me so don't like it?
So bad. Anyways.
People gonna die. So let's try this. It's way darker than Delirium Tremens, obviously.
It smells like that beautiful candy beet sugar.
Caramely biscuit, as you say.
Caramel biscuit.
Caramel biscuits. So, what's the alcohol content of this? Do we know?
8.5. So just like Delirium Tremens. I was about to say Tennant.
He's Tennant to us. He'll always be David Tennant. But so how would you describe how this tastes? We've both had this way too much, so.
It's, you know what? It sounds bad, but it's not. It's a little bit bloody.
Yeah, it's tinny and irony, which you get with a lot of darker beers.
Well, on top of that, I think it's just due to the whole candy beet sugar, like beet, B-E-E-T, the fruit. They actually caramelize it, turn it into sugar, and that's what gives it its color and flavor.
It's good. And it sounds so stupid and it's so trivial, but what does it taste like? It tastes like a dark version of Delirium Tremens.
So good.
It's too simple, but just like the Master, this is the dark version of the Doctor.
And I give it a 7 out of 11.
On a 1 to 11, I'm going to give it an 8 because I really like it. And for a dark beer, you can drink a ton of this, and it doesn't really weigh you down like dark beers do. So
no. Well, 1 up.
So 1 up.
All right. So we just finished up with the Master, and now we move to Matt Smith, who thinks bow ties are cool, which I kind of don't think they're all that cool, but I really like Matt Smith. I think. No, I do. I'm pretty certain I do. What do you think?
I'm drinking this. You revere your guy.
Alright, so I'm going to drink a little bit more of this because it's so damn good. I love this beer. But, alright, so with Matt Smith, here's what I kind of expected after watching Tennant. I expected someone to either be amazing or proper shite.
Well, the thing about Smith, which every doctor does have, they don't know how to write them for about the first half of the season. The first episode, David Tennant gets in a sword fight and speaks in a southern accent. Like, they don't really know how to direct the character. And then after about half the season...
Well, they chopped off his hand, too. But we're talking about Tennant again, but...
Every doctor has, I think, 9, 10, 11. They don't know what to do for the first half of the season. And they figured him out halfway through.
But here's what I was expecting going into Smith. I looked at the guy at the end of time. I hated Matt Smith.
I wanted him to regenerate naked so I didn't have to see Smith in this awesome pinstripes.
Yes.
He's a hipster.
He's a big old hipster.
He's a hipster.
So, I'm going to slam this shit.
Nah, I gotta try some of it so I can complain about it. It's just, we're not gonna do the glamour shot. Just, this is what it looks like. This is the first time PBR has ever been in a glass.
It's completely see-through, folks.
Blah, blah. It's in a Sweetwater glass, so I'm sorry, Sweetwater, that we're putting this in your... Yay. Look, it's clear.
I'm going to drink it from a can.
If you drank a bunch of yeast and peed in a glass, this is what it will look like.
It does look like my pee.
And you need to drink more water. You are not hydrated.
I'm hydrated enough. There's water in beer.
It smells like PBR.
No, it smells like kind of like cardboard. It has that like paper cardboardy sort of smell with a hint of dust. Do you get the hint of dust? Anyways, I'm going to drink it from a tall boy as God intended in Jesus' America.
Look, it's all swirly now. It's swirling in my mouth.
I made a big gulp.
God, no. You know what this smells like? That time my cat pissed all over my room and I locked her in it for 4 days accidentally. Go on. Where's my cat? I need to lick her ass to get this taste out of my mouth. Grandma!
Where is Grandma? His name is Grandma. But anyways, canned beer can be good. In this case, it's really quite not. So, in any event, 1 to 11, what would you give 11's end of time regeneration beer? Up until he says, apple!
Okay, I'm gonna give this beer a 1. I'm gonna give 11. I'm gonna give him a 5 because he's got some really, really good acting chops. But
he does.
He's got some really bad writing. Moffat's awesome. Like drinking occasionally, not all the time. The Neil Gaiman episode, awesome. Actually, my favorite episode with Smith.
Vincent and the Doctor.
Vincent and the Doctor. Because here's the deal. You have your start, you have your finish. And this is your story arc. And it starts and it builds and it builds. And then it stops a minute before the end and it goes. And that ends in the conclusion. But this one ended 45 minutes in. It's like, what the hell are you going to do for another 15 minutes? Oh, you're going to make me cry my eyes out. That's what you're going to do. And little trivial note, the guy who wrote Vincent the Doctor also wrote the Mr. Bean movie. And he also wrote...
This is good stuff.
He also wrote Bridget Jones's Diary.
One up.
I guess. I don't know. So this beer sucks. This beer sucks.
Red herring! Here's what we got. That beer sucks, but we've actually, based on Matt Smith's character... Would you shut up? I'm talking to the ladies and gentlemen.
Drink my beer.
I got Flying Dog's Wild Man. So let's oh, yeah! Ah! Anyways, Wild Man. Let's crack this bitch open. Don't crack bitches open. crap, that's a lot of beer on this table. Anyways. We're having fun. Anyways, alright, so Flying Dog. This is a great brewery. I love this beer especially. Here's fart?
That's a PBR.
Oh, bastard.
I'm not drinking this shit.
But this.
I'm really crying like this.
Shut up.
So tell me about this brewery mass. Where are they from?
Oh, it smells like you're cooking some mean dirty pie over there. But
where are they from?
They're from Maryland.
Man, I used to work in Maryland. It snows there a lot.
Do me a favor and say I don't want to go just right now.
I don't want to go.
This is Flying Dog's Farmhouse IPA. It's amazing. All right. Seriously. What do you like about Smith?
He's a really good actor. He carries the character very well.
Hey, wait. One up.
Oh, one up. Yes, one up.
One up.
One up. It smells like stank.
The thing that keeps kicking around in my head is that Smith is the doctor with the hearts of a child and the eyes of a very, very old man. Meaning that he's able to kick on the lackadaisical, just sort of goofiness, and then immediately switch to something extremely serious. Frowning. The last half of the last season, he was frowning every episode.
Ooh, that's kind of a good idea. So
The real purpose behind the PBR can. To hold your real beers.
So, now, Smith's a great doctor. I like him. I just think he's got some really terrible writing. And that's my opinion. Bring it on, nerds!
I love the Levenude.
That's the PBR.
Yup. So, the new beer. This one.
Which one? Oh, that one doesn't smell like Matt's piss.
My piss?
Nice bad boy.
So, on a scale of 1 to 11, what do you rate
Flying
Flying Dog?
Oh, I'm gonna give this like a 9. This is really good. I don't like IPAs. You say it's not an IPA, but
Well, it is, but it's not.
yeah, it's because it's ale, just brewed with spice, which I guess makes it not. I don't know. Some really badass art on there.
Ale is anything that's not a lager.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, the thing says ale, so I'm gonna go with ale. So, it's good. What did I give it before?
An 11.
11? Yeah, okay, I gave it an 11. Awesome. This gets an 11. My second 11 ever. So, we got all these beers.
I give it a 10, just in case you're wondering.
Master. Oh, God, this beer's so good. Can I just drink some more of this, please? Can we just make every episode from now on just delirium? I don't care which one of these it is. I just want to drink it.
Spoiler alert, probably during Christmas, Delirium Noel. You are the most irritating velociraptor. So, that's the show. Follow us on... You farted, you bastard! His ass is up in the air, which is kind of the norm. But follow us on Twitter at...
Like us on Facebook!
Oh god, it stinks! You bastard!
I had Thai for dinner.
You bastard!
Wrap it up, it smells terrible.
At Super Pint Bros.
Find us
on Twitter.
Find us at Dragon Con. We'll film you with our eyes and our drinks.
We will film you at Dragon Con if you tweet us.
Tweet us.
Which is a lot like, sounds tweet sounds kind of like fart in Matt's face because you're a bastard.
That's spicy.
You beefed it all over me. I got beefcake all over the left side of me.
Dude, this smells so good.
People on the internet, when you're looking at me, you're thinking, that looks like the right side. It's not. This is my left side.
I kind of sound like Darth Vader.
Shut up. So, follow us on Twitter. We are Super Pint Bros on YouTube. Please subscribe so you can listen to this idiot fart on me and sound like Darth Vader. And then, even better, like us on Facebook at, well, Super Pint Bros, because that's who we are. So, how do you want to close this thing? Just breathing into glasses?
We love the Doctor. Thanks for joining us next week when we talk about
Dragon Con!
God, that ass smells terrible. Let's get the hell out of here. Jeez.
Alright, so...
God. First series over. No, God, no.
Let's not, no.
No. First series over. Oh, no.